Word in which the letter A is silent.
Bread.
The aroma of freshly baked bread filled the kitchen.
I prefer whole grain bread over white bread.
She spread butter on the warm bread.
The bakery offers a variety of artisanal breads.
John forgot to buy bread for the sandwiches.
The bakery down the street sells delicious artisan bread.
Would you like some bread with your soup?
Mary baked a fresh loaf of bread for breakfast this morning.
We can make sandwiches with bread.
I always start my day with a slice of freshly baked bread.
I dread waking up early in the morning.
She felt dread when she saw a spider.
Dread came over me when I forgot my homework.
Dread filled my heart when I lost my favorite toy.
We all felt dread when the power went out.
Dread washed over me when I heard thunder.
The dark forest filled me with dread.
He picked at a thread on the couch, his mind obviously lost in deep thought.
She looked down and plucked at a loose thread on her dress.
Darian felt a thread of warmth in the hallway.
But I seem to have lost the thread of my discourse.
She looked away and fumbled with the needle and thread she'd found in a sewing kit.
Use a thread that's similar to your fabric.
We do make thread and cotton dresses of cotton.
The soldier stood stoically in the face of danger.
She bore the pain stoically without complaining.
Despite the harsh conditions, the soldier endured them stoically.
The people in the village began rebuilding stoically after the disaster.
He listened stoically as the guilty verdict was read out.
The boulder rested on the ground, stoical in the face of the elements.
When it comes to food, I am a very stoical person.
We frantically cleaned the house before our mother came home from work.
When my daughter went missing in the supermarket, I frantically searched the entire store.
Joan frantically tried to call home to let her parents know her car had stalled.
She bid frantically for the old chair.
He dashed frantically across the road.
As the helicopter flew overhead, they waved frantically, trying to attract its attention.
She searched frantically for her keys as the man approached.
The woman splashed about frantically in the water as they pushed.
Magically, all the answers to the exam appeared in the last-minute study guide.
I woke up late but magically caught the last bus to college on time.
Magically, the professor canceled the assignment that was due today.
Just when I thought I lost my ID card, it magically reappeared in my bag.
A room that was once dull and boring magically becomes an awe-inspiring living space when spruced up with a fresh coat of paint.
An amazing eye product designed to magically improve the overall appearance of the whole eye area is their well-rested eyeshadow.
Your sim will magically return to the game screen with all but their fun and bathroom bars completely full.
As dirt magically appears on the doll, kids can use the magic washcloth to make the baby clean again.
She leaned her head on his shoulder.
He took a puff on his pipe and shook his head.
The third gorilla was taller by a head.
I can't get that song out of my head.
We must always wear a helmet to protect our head when riding a bicycle.
I use my head to look left and right before crossing the road.
We should always listen to our head and make smart choices.
He shook his head and rolled his eyes.
The plane has taken off, and the passenger's eyes turned toward the head of the runway.
She turned her head away from him, avoiding eye contact.
The rumor spread quickly, causing a buzz throughout the town.
She took the blanket from her bag and spread it on the grass for a picnic.
The disease is primarily spread by mosquitoes in tropical regions.
The fire spread rapidly through the old wooden building.
He's using his rap music to spread the message that violence is wrong.
The odor of freshly baked cookies spread throughout the kitchen.
The seeds of the dandelion are spread by wind, birds, and animals.
Supply chains for products are spreads across the world, connecting manufacturers, distributors, and retailers.
The cancer has spread to her throat, requiring immediate medical attention.
The group decided to spread out and search the entire forest for the lost treasure.
Basically, I prefer tea over coffee.
The recipe is basically just 3 ingredients.
Basically, the meeting was a waste of time.
She's basically a genius when it comes to math.
The concept is basically straightforward.
Basically, we need to start from scratch.
His argument was basically flawed.
The plan is basically unchanged.
Basically, it's matter of personal preference.
The movie is basically a romantic comedy.
Logically, if it's raining outside, you'll need an umbrella.
She logically deduced the solution to the complex math problem.
The argument presented was logically flawed. It didn't follow a valid sequence.
Logically, the early bird catches the worm. Time management matters.
His decision to invest in the stock market was logically based on historical data.
The detective logically connected the clues to solve the mysterious case.
Logically, if you skip breakfast, you'll be hungry by mid-morning.
The professor's lecture was logically structured, making it easy to follow.
Logically, if you study consistently, your grades will improve.
The software update was logically necessary to fix the security vulnerability.
The band has a fanatically loyal following, with fans attending every concert.
She is fanatically devoted to her fitness routine, hitting the gym every day.
His neighbor is fanatically opposed to any changes in the neighborhood.
The political activists spoke fanatically about their cause, rallying supporters.
Despite the rain, they have been competing fanatically in the annual soccer tournament for years.
Some people are fanatically dedicated to their favorite TV shows, binge-watching entire seasons in one sitting.
The chef is fanatically committed to using only locally sourced ingredients.
The scientist worked fanatically in the lab, determined to find a breakthrough.
Despite criticism, she remains fanatically passionate about her art, creating unique pieces.
The earthquake tragically claimed the lives of hundreds of innocent people. Tragically, she lost her husband in a car accident just months after their wedding.
The space shuttle tragically broke up during re-entry from orbit after 17 days in space.
The life of this joyful and vibrant young woman has been cut tragically short.
Tragically, he died without ever seeing his child.
The young girl just slipped over the edge into a waterfall and was tragically killed.
When her father tragically loses his sight, she will come to terms with the meaning of family.